What are the cleverest crops poison ivy can grow?
I don't know.
Smarty plants. Welcome to the greatest DC comic show on YouTube, Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. We are back, baby, for 2026, and we're so excited that you are here as well. I say we because I'm joined. It's our family show tonight with our cast of regulars or irregulars. Starting out by welcoming Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe. Happy 2026. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Happy New Year, everybody. It's been a while since we have been together talking comic books, and I've been looking forward to this for about a week or so. So Thank you. It's glad to be here.
Yeah, great to have you back. Also joining us in our cast of regulars is a man whose channel has just exploded. And it exploded with nothing to do with furries.
Proving it can be done.
Yes. So how you doing? Congratulations on the success of your channel. Santa Claus certainly got you a good gift.
Yeah, I think there's a glitch in the system, you know.
Yeah.
And for those of you who served any time in the military, you know that's not good. You see a couple extra bucks on your paycheck, you know they're going to come knocking for it back. But I'm good. Kids had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. They got way too much. I ate way too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going into 2026 with, my winter coat, so to speak.
Oh, yeah. It is snowing here at the Themskerian Embassy.
Well, and
Consulate.
Consulate, yeah.
And the polar vortex is on its way if it hasn't already hit. So
it's coming to me. It's on its way to me.
Yeah, it's
and they're freaking out here. They never get this cold.
Yeah.
It's funny because growing up in the Midwest, we're used to that.
Please.
But they're talking like lows in the teens and panic.
Pikers.
I was like, come on, really?
Come on, man.
I'm still standing at the bus stop when I was a kid.
Right. They didn't close school in our day.
We didn't get snow days.
That's right. Well, we are happy to be back, and I want to say hello to some folks who are in the live chat with us. Muabunga to White Tiger, cool, calm, collected. I bet Santa has his address now since the little tiger cub had the first Christmas. So very cool. John's Comics with Friends is here. Poison Ivy, you say? We do say. Kenneth Bird has stopped by. How are you doing? Hoping that you had a good holiday. Thanks for coming by, Kenneth. It's not the same when you're not here. I always think anytime Kenneth is not in the chat, I'm like, it's not the same.
Yeah, what are we missing? We
are missing something important, and he's here tonight. So, and Luxinda
Swirl
is here.
Luxinda Swirl, yay!
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things of all time, and Luxinda Swirl made this for me, and
That's
she
cool.
can make something like this for you too.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Hope that you've had a happy New Year, Luxinda. Thanks for stopping by tonight. So that's great. So I made some notes on some of the big stories that have happened since the last time we had our Fanboys Live show. Oh, by the way, if you're watching on the Rewind, thank you for watching as well. We appreciate you so much. One of the biggest stories, maybe in no particular order, but record comic book sales. So Superman #1, that 9.0, which sold for like 9 million, that is no longer the highest selling comic book anymore. But the good news is two things. It's a DC book. And it's a Superman book. Superman's first appearance is back as the record for the highest selling comic book of all time. This was a 9.0, and it was the comic book that was once owned by Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay.
15 million it sold for.
That's it?
Yeah. So this was that famous comic book that got stolen at one point and then got recovered years later. But 15 million...
I saw a bunch of news coverage about Nick Cage's book, and I literally stopped paying attention because that must have been, I was conflating it with the Superman #1 that sold for 9 million or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 15 million?
Yeah. So congratulations, Big Blue Boy Scout. You are still on top. So you got the #1 and the #2. So
God, as a Superman collector, I'm thrilled to hear that.
But just to think that there was an Action Comics at a 9.0.
Insane. That's
that
insane.
that something survived in that condition that long.
Oh yeah, that's scary.
So that is pretty awesome. So we can trade off on some news. Signature King, do you have anything that you want to trade off on?
There's a cool comic book coming out that I want to share.
Okay.
Bizarro, Year None.
Okay.
4-issue miniseries, and the writer of that is Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Okay.
I might actually get that because I always say I'm not that big a Bizarro fan, and yet I pick up some of these old stories and I start to laugh and chuckle. So it's like, well, maybe I am.
Yeah, you very well could be. Nice.
But in terms of what's happened, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot.
Okay. Anything about the DC merger that you want to talk about? I know nothing's been kind of finalized yet. So.
No, they haven't quite finalized. Yeah, they haven't really finalized that. So
Well, Paramount is suing.
Oh, that's right.
And suing them because it's like, you can't turn me down. I'm going to sue you. So they still want it really, really bad. And there was a big article today in the New York Times business section about the Netflix guy talking about basically what me worry. Of course, don't worry, you people who like to go to the movie theater. We'll put out, movies in the theaters because it's like, I don't know. It's like, I bet you won't.
Oh, they'll put them out for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like a 2-week special, and that's it. Probably.
Yeah, and he was saying, we'll just stick to that 45-day schedule that the industry has done. It's like, I thought I read that you guys were also like, well, maybe 17 days tops, and then but okay.
Look who's popped in to say hi.
Oh, Man Cave.
Yeah, who was our final guest on our last show. So,
and if you haven't seen that show, do yourself a favor. You don't even have to listen to the three of us blather, but zip ahead to the book show part of that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The books that Doc came out with just to show and tell. I'm still gobsmacked by them. And I'm still thrilled that I actually know someone I can call a friend who owns books like that.
Same, absolutely.
Oh, God.
Yeah. As we continue with news, we've known that we're going to have Spider-Man versus Superman and Superman versus Spider-Man. We now know the release date for the DC Comics version because we get our first installment of these two coming back together 50 years after the first one was originally published. We know April 15th. Will be the DC version. So they're in March, Marvel's publishing their Spider-Man, Superman, and then April 15th, DC has their Superman, Spider-Man. We have some covers that we can look at for the DC version. This looks like this is going to be the main cover. So
who's writing that? Oh, okay.
There's some more.
I'm sorry to be so stupid, but these are new stories, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I'm going to have to get that.
We got a noir version.
Oh, that's
cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting concept for that cover. So, there's another one.
So far, the noir one has my heart.
Yeah, that one's the best one. I agree.
Yeah.
There's one coming up that I'm going to get for me for sure. I like this one, which I think, once again, is the main one, I think.
That's pretty cool.
That's dynamic, yeah.
Yeah. There's Supergirl and Spider-Gwen.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Superboy and... Is it Spider-Boy or is it Miles Morales?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the one I'm going to get.
Oh, gee, why?
One of the backup stories for this will be Jane Foster.
Who did the cover for that one? Does it say?
For this one?
Yeah.
This one is Russell Dauterman.
Russell Dauterman. Okay.
Yep. There's another one.
No Jenny Frison covers?
I didn't see any Jenny Frison. We got some Thor. There's a wrap for you.
They missed the opportunity to do Steel and War Machine. That would have been cool.
So...
Well, look at that. That's
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
You even get Mr. Mitsoplik.
Missile pickalickety doopoo.
Yeah,
That guy.
that guy. I see Bizarro on that too. So, yeah. So those are some of the covers that you can choose
Neat.
from. So
Cool.
they did a facsimile this month for the very first Superman Spider-Man, which I picked up the foil version of because I couldn't resist it. Next month, February, there will be a facsimile for the second Superman Spider-Man.
The
March
orange
will
one,
be March will be Marvel's release of Spider-Man Superman, and then April will be DC's release of Superman Spider-Man. And both those, the March and the April books will be different stories from one another.
Yeah, Venom and Bizarro. Yeah, okay, I like it.
So we say hi to Alan. Alan is going to be our guest next week, Tony.
Oh,
First time guest on Fanboys, so I'm looking forward to having him on. And he's picked some really good books, too, for us. And Just a Little Podcast is here. And thankfully, we can breathe a sigh of relief because Man Cave said he had a good time.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I hope he likes us.
I do, too. That would have been not good. So,
or maybe he's just coming to see, visiting us in the institution, We get visitors too.
Yeah, that's true. So, Tony, with James Gunn casting, did we get Brainiac cast?
Did we?
I think so, but
that was
I couldn't tell you who it is.
Right as we left. Yeah,
Yep.
I can't recall.
Is his name Lars Eidinger?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's been cast as Brainiac.
Yeah. I don't recall seeing him in anything. I think he's like a really popular German actor. Like he's popular over there, not so much over here. I think he's only done a limited number of things over here. And I remember now, if you go look at some of his stuff on YouTube and how they're going to do his voice, I don't know how they're going to do his voice. He's not very intimidating. He's not like a Thanos level, Josh Brolin kind of thing.
Do you talk like this?
Not quite that bad. No. Can you imagine they brought Pee Wee Herman back?
I know. We've AI'd his voice into this thing because it's really the right casting call.
That wouldn't have been funny, but yeah, go check it out. He's what's his name? Lars Edenringer? I don't know how you say his name. He's got a goofy looking haircut though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Since we're talking about movie castings too, Sebastian Stan for the next Batman movie.
Yeah, Harvey Dent.
That sounds good to me. I like that.
And we're also getting Scarlett Johansson in that movie.
Yes.
ScarJo's going to be in that movie? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
How they're getting these AAA actors from Marvel and they're going to be in the Batman, like one time, little tiny bubble universe. One time.
A job's a job, so there's like.
That's true.
Yeah. But I still think Dave Bautista for Bane, I think would be great.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
I would love to see Christopher Walken as Brainiac. I can't see that now. I mean, I want to. Maybe in like, a comedy version, but it's just fun to see him act, but I can't imagine him being Brainiac. It'd be fun.
I wish I could. This is the time I wish I could pull up a Christopher Walken imitation. So you say you're the Superman.
Yeah. So as we were just talking a moment ago about Brainiac, of course, Brainiac's first appearance, Action Comics 242, that will be coming out as a facsimile in March.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So there will be a foil variant and a blank sketch as well on sale March 11th.
Great. Just in time for my birthday. Wonderful.
Just in time for her birthday. Order now.
Yeah.
There are some more facsimiles that I can share with you announced for March. Some of these have been facsimiles before that they're putting back into print, which drives me a little bit crazy, but because there's so many other books, that have never even had one shot. Like, for example, coming back into print in March for a facsimile, the first Joker fish.
Joker fish.
From Detective 475.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I got that when it first came out. It is a
too.
little, it's kind of deflating to see it again.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we got another book like that coming up March 11th for that. Here we have The Dark Knight Returns #2 facsimile. And that is scheduled for March 25th. Batman Year 2 Part 2 from Tech Comics 576, coming out as a facsimile, scheduled for March 18th. And then this one, once again, has been a facsimile several times, but Wonder Woman #1 is coming back as a facsimile again. I wish they would have done something like Wonder Woman #2.
Yeah.
So... But that is scheduled for a March release on March 18th. So those are some more facsimiles headed our way.
Well, that's good. You know, I just I went to my local comic shop a couple of weeks ago and just re-upped. It's like, I want all the DC facsimiles, please. So
yes.
I'll take them.
And you want those treasuries with dioramas.
And I did literally say, I need treasuries, but only with the diorama on the back. And she said, how do you spell diorama? So I spelled
I see.
I was going to say, Jackson Roy Kirk doesn't seem to be here because... Traumatized because I let's just say, next time he's on...
Uh-huh.
I have something I want to share with.
Oh boy!
I know, because there's a diorama I haven't begun yet, and so I just want to. Maybe I'll start it when he's in the chat.
New year, same silver hair, bronze.
I'm here to destroy your books.
I've started to get into a little bit these absolute editions, and just announced in an absolute edition a Bronze Age title. Jack Kirby's The Demon is getting the absolute edition. And that is scheduled for a release September 1st. So I thought that was interesting to see.
Yeah, I never got into...
Etrigan the Demon?
No.
Yeah.
No.
We have some folks I want to say hi to. Steve White is here. Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Steve.
Hope you're doing well. Super Russ 9000 is here.
Russ.
That's almost as many subscribers as Tony has.
Russ has way more than me. He's like 20-some.
Yeah, but you almost have 9,000.
Yeah. No,
Bobby
I almost have 8,000. Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Delgado is here. How you doing? Yeah, I know. Wonder Woman 1 again. Yeah, come up with something else. Like I said, Cookie is here. Just a little podcast. Oh, Space Case is here. Tony and I did a live stream on Friday, and Space Case was in the chat for that. So thanks for stopping by. Absolute editions they're much bigger than an omnibus. I don't think they're the size of like the original pages of artwork, but they're not far from it. And they've been remastered, and they just look fantastic, especially the older titles that they do on that. And sometimes if it's available, they have some like bonus material in them at the end and stuff too. So Alan's saying that Demon would make a great TV series. Yeah, you got to do a lot of rhyme in there. Steve said I never read The Demon, but yeah, you're right. That could be a good opportunity to do so. Super Russ is saying that you're going to pass him in no time.
Well,
apparently.
Yeah. Jelp is a fan of The Demon as well. I knew that. Old Wolfie 65 is here. Hello. Old Wolfie, I actually dedicated something to you on my channel a few weeks ago. I don't know if you watched it or not. And let me say I dedicated something to you.
Subscribe to Magic Lasso's secret website for exclusive access.
Only Lassos. Let's see if there's anything else really that kind of covers everything that I had marked down as big news from the time that we were off. Did you have anything else, Tony, that you wanted to mention?
We were on the 6 layers on Friday night. And for those of you who didn't watch, We were talking briefly about Blue Beetle. It's all but confirmed. Blue Beetle 2 is coming. Two things I want to talk about real quick. They will potentially be introducing Ronnie Raymond in Blue Beetle. So we'll maybe get a Firestorm.
Cool.
Or maybe just Ronnie Raymond. Not sure. And we could be getting a earlier sneak peek at Blue Beetle in Peacemaker season 3. So we shall see. Did you guys see that movie?
Not I.
No,
No?
I didn't.
No.
It's good. And apparently it takes place in James Gunn's little bubble universe. So if you want to stay current, definitely watch it. It was good for what it is. And you could tell they didn't really want to commit to anything. So there is some inconsistencies in the universe with the current James Gunn verse, but James Gunn did confirm it's part of his universe. So
Okay.
hopefully we see him moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that cocaine character that you brought us.
Snowflame.
Snowflame. Where is casting news for Snowflame?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who are they going to cast? Jake
who are they-
Busey?
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Nice.
God.
Anything else, Tony, that you want to mention?
That's everything. That's everything.
Okay, cool. Before we get into our retro review, I just want to let you know that in the book show portion, I'm going to show some of the prizes that you can win during my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which is coming up this Friday. So I got some good stuff I want to share with you coming up this Friday. And also, I think I brought a little fire to the book show this week.
Okay.
So
Okay, all right.
it's not something I get to show very often on the book show, but I get to show tonight. So pay particular attention to my review tonight and then catch something on the book show, okay?
So, Tony, we have to pay attention now.
Yes.
That's what
I'm
you're
already
saying.
behind the 8 ball.
Yeah. Now what?
So tonight I chose our topic, and our character that featured tonight is Poison Ivy. I just think that she's a great character that we really haven't spent much time with. I know earlier on she got kicked in the face in this Fanboys Live in the retro review, and that was a very big topic of discussion for a long
When
time
Batman had
after.
those 3-foot long ears back
yeah.
in the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just kicked her right in the face because he didn't have time to deal with her. So tonight we're not kicking her in the face, but we're going to look at some Poison Ivy throughout the years. And Tony, we're going to start out with Sarah's, which is Poison Ivy's very first appearance.
Right.
Is that 181?
Yeah, excuse me,
Batman number
Batman 181.
181.
And we'll do the first story. I want to say something else too. I'm not smart enough to have thought of this, but I saw someone else who did, and I totally agree with it. Had Poison Ivy been in the Batman 66 television show, don't you think Tina Louise would have been the perfect actress to play her?
That would have been sharp casting. That would have been great.
Like she just would have been perfect on that. And Poison Ivy did come out right around the time that show was on too. So unfortunately, we never got the character for the TV show. But that was a miss, I think, because Tina Louise and that character could have been a really good story.
That would have, because this story is from 1966.
Mm-hmm.
And
Lucinda is agreeing.
Yeah, she it's from the Go-Go Check era of comics, and you'll see there that's that famous cover.
Mm-hmm. You could take it away, Sarah.
Okay, all right. So it's from 1966, and the story, when you open up, get past that beautiful cover, you find the most comic booky splash page that introduces the story, and it is called "Beware of Poison Ivy." The story begins at the Gotham Museum of Art, where they are hosting a show featuring the paintings of the most deadly female villains, which gives Bruce and Dick Grayson the opportunity to demonstrate that Dr. Wortham's concerns about infecting America's youth with unsavory depiction of bachelors is absolutely positively not at all true, because their heterosexual banter is interrupted by Poison Ivy introducing herself as the better criminal. So at one point, there they are, Dick, the most beautiful women in the world, hubba hubba. And Dick's like, well, I can only dream I'm old enough to catch them, can't I? Anyway, so there's Poison Ivy, and she's like, you know what? My crimes are so perfect, they get absolutely no publicity. And Bruce says, well, you are a luscious dreamboat, but as for being public enemy number one, mind proving that to the police? And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. But she causes such a ruckus because she's so incredibly beautiful. All the photographers are turning their attention to her. And she looks over at Bruce and she says, hey, mind if I put on a little more voltage in my makeup for the flashbulb boys? And Bruce says, well, it's your face. Nice. But instead of flashbulbs merely popping, they absolutely explode. And Bruce figures out that, well, God, your lipstick, it sent electrical impulses that exploded the flashbulbs. That means you wore tinted contact lenses to protect your eyes. And she's like, yeah, you're not as dumb as you look. And by the way, don't forget to get the name right, boys. Poison as in arsenic, Ivy as in irresistible. Ta-ta. And off she goes. Now, Bruce decides to change into his Batman duds now because everyone else, including him, is blinded by the light. So he chases after her, but because he can't see anything, he falls down an empty elevator shaft that is closed for repair. Luckily, he catches himself on the cables, gets himself out of that little jam, and he races outside where he meets Poison Ivy's thugs. And even though he can't see, he still has the ability to pow and sock and beat people up. Which is, you know what, you don't have to have your eyes open for that. I guess it really doesn't matter. So Poison Ivy, though, is looking onto that scene, and she's not realizing that Bruce and Batman are the same guy. And she wonders how she can possibly choose one over the other. She's like, Bruce Wayne's cute, but Batman's a real He-Man. How can I choose between them? It's like, how indeed? You turn the page and chapter 2 starts, and Robin finally shows up to help fight off the bad guys. But he notices that Batman's mind is definitely elsewhere. What's that kooky look in your eyes, Batman? What? Oh, I was thinking of how cute Poison Ivy is. I hate to put such a beautiful doll behind bars. And Robin's like, you better, take a cold shower, buddy, because, you're a lawman. We can't be mucking around with this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, Poison Ivy is inviting the 3 other villainesses to her house to duke it out for best woman villain ever. And somehow she knows their addresses. And she invites them to her house, which is another. So I guess, anyway, it defies credulity, but there you go. So Batman also gets a letter. So he and as Bruce Wayne, he gets a letter because she's like, well, he's hot. I'll invite him to my house too. So Batman and Robin get into the Batcopter because why take the car when you can fly? Specifically for this scene, which is they parachute in to a scene that is already underway at this house with all the 3 villainesses mobs fighting each other. But at the sight of the daring duo parachuting in, the 3 women are like, hey, we should team up because look what's happening. Let's get those crime fighters. Oh yeah, okay, fine. So they start trying to knock them out, but it doesn't really work. Poison Ivy appears and shows the 3 gals a lovely jeweled crown she was going to give to the real #1 woman criminal in the world. Well, all 3 of them tried to grab the crown, but it's electrified. and takes them all out. They're not dead. What does she say? She says, "Oh, how thoughtless of me not to mention that I used shock-proof gloves to hold the crown. It's electrified just enough to keep you dancing a sizzling frog until the police get here." So, okay. Ivy turns her attention to Batman, who is battling the last of the gang members. And she says, "Oh, Batman, forget all this nonsense of fighting for the law. Join me. Together, we can be the #1 royal couple of crime. Why fight it? Fate meant it that way. All it will take is this kiss to prove it." So she lays a big one right on him. And Robin is fine as he's taken out the last of his bad guys. He's like, "Oh no, Batman's reeling. He's going into a tailspin. Batman, beware of poison ivy." And then Robin wanders over to Batman, who he's spinning a little bit, as evidenced by little brown lines around his head. He says, "Sniff, sniff. No wonder she had you spinning, Batman. She's wearing a lipstick with chloroform base." And he says to Ivy, "I suppose you're wearing a nose filter to not be affected." And Ivy says, "Smarty pants. No wonder they call you the Boy Wonder, but Batman would have fallen for me anyway. If I just used ketchup instead of lipstick." It's like, okay. Before the day's duo's startled gaze, Poison Ivy starts climbing up the wall like Ivy. I mean, we're taking the metaphor a little hard, but whatever. "So you're wasting your time, Junior. Batman's under my spell. I've clipped his wings." But Batman comes to, tosses his batarang at her, and knocks her off the wall. "You've caught Poison Ivy, Batman. Ha, 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 ha. Next stop, a cell in police headquarters. I warn you, Batman, once you've caught Poison Ivy, you'll never get rid of it. I'm not worried about getting out of here. You will help me. Just you wait and see." So, and that ends the introduction of Poison Ivy, and the beginning of a beautiful rash, so to speak.
And then there was an ad for egg food. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be calamine lotion, but they weren't able to do that.
That would have been hilarious.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So there's the introduction of Poison Ivy.
I want to say hi to Olivia Miller, who's back with us. So, Olivia, your question is very topical because most people associate Poison Ivy as a Batman villain. In the next story we're going to do, which is a two-parter, and I'm going to do both parts of it, it is Wonder Woman against Poison Ivy. And in addition, Wonder Woman fought Poison Ivy in Volume 2 during the Trial of Artemis storyline. Poison Ivy was part of that, and she fought Diana then too. So they've tangled a couple times outside of being in the teen books or the Justice League stuff too. So and Olivia, you're definitely going to want to catch my book show at the end related to the story we're going to feature. So it's World's Finest. It's a two-parter. It's 251 and 252, and it's from 1978. And we start out here with this splash, which is actually the cover of the Brazilian version of this story, which I have thanks to my friend Andre. But as we progress, A Poison Named Ivy, Chapter 1. So in her civilian identity, this lady who wants to remain a mystery, just call her Ivy, she says, is kind of romancing and getting to know some different United Nations representatives. And, they're smitten with her instantly, too. You can see at one point she's putting something or either taking something, actually it looks like she's dropping something onto the plate, and suggests that, it's bad luck, Mr. Ambassador, not to eat one's parsley, they say. So he doesn't want to have any bad luck because he's thinking, maybe stir the spaghetti sauce. And all of a sudden he takes a glimpse. What happens? His face ends up in a bowl of soup. He's dead, and she bolts. So now we jump ahead half an hour, and we have Diana Prince and Steve Howard. If you don't know who Steve Howard is, that will get explained in part 2 of the story. And Diana's working for the United Nations at this time, and she's investigating what's going on, and she notices, this remains of this parsley sprig, but she says that's not parsley. It's known as fool's parsley. It looks like garden parsley, but with one difference: this little leaf is deadly. So the next morning at the United Nations, it's time to investigate. Steve and Diana are talking about what could have happened here. Maybe he just had a heart attack, but maybe it was murder. And a scream happens, and someone's in danger. So Steve says it sounds like it's coming from the Security Council chamber. Come on. And she says, Diana Prince is staying here because Wonder Woman is coming with you. And they run down the hall. They bust through the door. And all she sees is another ambassador that looks like he's been killed, and he's been poisoned. He has blue lips and short breath, and they're trying. He's barely hanging on to be alive. They're calling an ambulance, and he will end up passing away very soon. Wonder Woman goes to investigate what's going on. She sees the shadow. She turns the corner, and merciful Minerva. Here's this giant man, which will be Redwood. And the creature starts hitting her, and she starts defending herself. And then on the next page, we get some good action shots of Diana versus the large Redwood. She finally is able to kind of knock him down a little bit, but he's taken her down a lot too. He gets up and walks out, and she is still trying to put herself back together and notices the plant shoots. And she's like, I think my playmate left me his calling card. So she wants to examine these a little more closely. She comes back to find out that the ambassador has died. And she's like, we've got a clue here. So that evening, in an embassy, there is our mysterious Ivy once again. And she's making her way, promising some spaghetti sauce stirring, I think, to another gentleman from the United Nations. And she takes him into a private area. She plants a kiss on him. And then shortly afterwards, ka-thump. He is down on the floor. He is dead. Ivy walks out to her chauffeur. He wonders if it's done. And she says, well, he's dead, if that's what you mean. They drive off. She wants to get more comfortable and get out of that guise. So she turns herself into Poison Ivy, wearing the traditional costume. She calls to let her associate know that her part of the bargain has been fulfilled. Now he needs to fulfill his part. She's headed home to the Botanical Gardens in the Bronx. Well, she gets out, she gets home, and Wonder Woman is waiting for her. And Ivy instantly orders to kill her now. So some of Ivy's henchmen start jumping at her, and Diana says, I realize that you're behind tonight's killings, and this is your style. But she says, I thought the Batman was the one that you were after, trying to kill. What are you doing here instead of Gotham City? And she says, oh, and by the way, I figured out that this is the only place that plant could have come from, because it's the only one in the area. So that's why you would be here stationed out. So she's feeling like she's ready right on the next page to capture them, but she has kind of forgotten about Redwood, who she tangled with earlier. So Redwood grabs her and starts squeezing so hard, and Poison Ivy says, oh, that's my friend. I treated him with a special herbal compound containing elements of petrified wood. He once was a normal man, but it's changed him and changed his mind, and now our love is eternal. And she orders him to pretty much squeeze Wonder Woman to death, until she can't breathe anymore. And Diana knows that that's exactly what he's going to do. So with what little strength she has left, she busts his arms off, which I thought was kind of dramatic. And Ivy's kind of ticked, and you've cost me a pretty valuable tool, Wonder Woman. And then she uses some poison gas on her. She has her bound.
Hey.
Yeah, a little bondage. And Diana's overhearing the plan here, how Ivy says, I've killed these 3 people. Now I want this Cupid root herb, which only your country has, so it will assure the Batman's lasting love to me and make him my slave forever. And her chauffeur / henchman / driver / pilot is saying, we might have a problem. It's Steve Howard, the UN security man. he is still free and he could be a danger to us. And she says, oh, I've got a plan on eliminating Steve Howard permanently. And that sets Wonder Woman off over the edge. She's like, no, I've got to reach Steve in time. She breaks out and they're like, Ivy, she's gone. She's escaped. And she's like, that's exactly what the plan needed, because Steve Howard will die and Wonder Woman will be his murderer.
Ooh,
and that's the end of our first part. So let's look at a couple comments before, let's look at a few comments. Redwood was his adult screen name. Okay.
Oh.
Steve Howard and Ron Howard's brother. No. That's a good guess, though. Olivia's saying she's never read this Wonder Woman story.
Happy days indeed.
Yes. Jonathan Redwood. Yep. Oh, Gordon's here. Hi, Gordon. How are you doing? Happy New Year to you. So we'll pick up the second part of this story here in a moment, and you're going to get a little bit of Poison Ivy's origin in here, too. You're going to find out if you don't know who Steve Howard is, and maybe another surprise, too. I'll also mention that this story was also reprinted in the Batman Arkham Poison Ivy edition, so kind of the best of Poison Ivy. So Alan's saying, when did Poison Ivy become a superpower character, being able to control vines and stuff? That's a good question. I know that her origin has been changed a little bit. What you're going to get is her pre-crisis origin here. And here's part 2 of her story. I love this full-page splash with Ivy controlling...
Still got Redwood going around. Like he's going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, he got no arms anymore.
No arms.
So there's that driver pilot in the back, too, and a poison of the heart. So Diana is rushing in the invisible jet to get back to Steve Howard. And she finally jumps through the open window, does this cool somersault, and she lands. And she's praying to Aphrodite that she's not too late. And on the next page, she gives us a recap of everything that just happened in the previous issue. The poisoning of these ambassadors, Redwood capturing her, getting his arms cut off, and her being poisoned by the gas. She's not too late because Steve walks in. Angel, how did you? Where are you? Why? And she's like, I'm just so glad to see you. She goes to embrace him, and then she's like, no, Steve, don't touch me. She noticed in the mirror this plant, and she stumbled against it when she came through, somersaulting through the window, and Poison Ivy had planted the plant there, so Wonder Woman would touch it, and then she would touch Steve and be responsible for his death. So she requests a decontamination shower, which she gets off panel, and then we proceed. She's taking the cops back to the botanical gardens to see that Ivy and all her people are gone. And they said, so she's talking to the FBI people, what do you know about this Poison Ivy? And they're like, oh, AKA Lillian Rose. She was born in Washington State. And then on the next page, we start getting a recap of her origin. And there was this Professor Legrand from France, and he was cool, aloof, and handsome, and overprotective. Well, they start seeing each other, and she starts falling very hard for this guy. And as they're talking, weeks later, he says, she's hinting around possible marriage, and he's like, I can't marry you because I can't support you, but I could support you if, oh, never mind. And she's like, well, what? You support me if what? He's like, it's impossible. And he's like, well, I was going to say that there's this exhibition at this museum with this urn containing certain medicinal herbs from the earliest dynasties of the pharaohs. If I could have that and possess that, maybe I could study that, be able to make a name for myself, have enough wealth, and then we could get married and I could support you. And she's like, you will have it. So she decides to break into the museum. He assists her a little bit by disarming some of the things. She's able to get this urn, and she brings it back to him. And he looks in it, and he quickly identifies that these Egyptian herbs that are in there, it's a deadly poison that's untraceable. So what does he do? He spikes her drink with it because, hey, he doesn't love her, and he doesn't want her ratting on him and what he's planning to do, and he kind of leaves her for dead right there on the ground. So Wonder Woman and Steve and the FBI agent are talking. He's like, well, shouldn't she have died? You know, she was poisoned. And he says, well, that's what you would think, but Lily and Rose received a fatal dose of those Egyptian herbs, but she didn't die. She somehow absorbed them in her bloodstream. And her metabolism fought it like antibiotics fighting a disease, and she survived. And since then, she's been immune to any and all poisons, organic or artificial, natural or man-made. And then Steve says, well, that explains, the risk that she can take by wearing the poison lipstick because it's not going to affect her. And she's like, well, she wants a poison I overheard that can control men's minds. I need to reach Batman, but she can't reach Batman. He must be off Earth with Superman somewhere. So she's like, she was talking to some country that said that they had these herbs. So they're like, let's figure out what country it is with the computers. So we cut over now. Looks like Ivy and her pilot and Redwood have arrived in this country. She's killed these people that stand in the way of this man taking over, to rule the country. And what he doesn't know and what we don't see is that little where she's touching his cheek right there. She's planting him with a poison so he'll die because now she has what she needs, hopefully, to control the Batman. So she's ready to take off and get out of this country when all of a sudden they see the invisible jet and Wonder Woman heading their way. And Wonder Woman literally cuts off one of the wings of the jet using her invisible jet of the plane. And they go down for a crash landing. And when they land, Wonder Woman jumps out of the jet and she grabs the pilot guy and kind of throws him, to the side. Redwood is not much trouble now that he doesn't have any arms, but she does punch him into the chest. But Ivy has grabbed her magic lasso and, Wonder Woman's compelled to obey what she has to say. And Ivy says, knock yourself unconscious so we don't have to deal with you. So that's what she does. And Redwood picks her up and they start, because, they don't have a plane anymore, and they start walking through this country that they're trapped in until Wonder Woman finally regains consciousness. She keeps looking at Redwood. And finally, they decide they can't go any further for tonight. They're going to, set up a camp here. And then Wonder Woman starts talking about Ivy's origin, saying, your friend Legrand who poisoned you and did this to you, he just disappeared and no one ever saw him again. But that's not really true, is it? And Ivy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, perhaps, but doesn't it sound familiar? And she looks at Redwood and says, doesn't that sound familiar, Legrand? You're hearing your name now, Legrand. What does that feel like? And he starts to realize that Ivy turned him into this as revenge for what she did to him. And he goes bonkers. And with what he has left of arms, he hurls at her, and both of them go tripping over the falls. And to Wonder Woman, she feels like that they have died and landed in a piece of the grave. And one thing that I didn't mention that I should have too, with because they did mention this in the story. If you're wondering who Steve Howard is, Aphrodite brought Steve Trevor back to life. But since the entire world knew Steve Trevor to be dead, he couldn't say I'm Steve Trevor. So he colored his hair and took the name Steve Howard. And that's how he was with Wonder Woman until he got killed again.
Got it. Yeah, he seems Steve Trevor-esque.
Yes, because it was Steve Trevor. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, not nice of Poison Ivy. So the decontamination shower. Yep.
No, Bobby.
You can get those at the dispensary now. Yep. So in Justice League, I think 111 is when they established the Pamela Isley identity. But for a while, this was her Bronze Age story. So that's my favorite Poison Ivy story, and I appreciate getting to share that. Tony, for your pick, it was a Harley and Poison Ivy story. Is that right?
It was not.
Oh, it wasn't? Did I get that wrong?
No, you definitely got that wrong.
Oh, well, what do you have for us, Tony?
So I have here a very unique take on Poison Ivy, where she briefly is part of the Suicide Squad with some real rugged characters. Cyborg, Superman, Black Manta, Deathstroke, Bane, Deadshot, Count Vertigo, Captain Boomerang, and I think there's one other person. So this all-star Suicide Squad team. So if you recall when this series came out, it was 2020. No, it was 2015. It was when DC was moving their headquarters from New York to Los Angeles. So they had a bunch of these little 2-issue super miniseries with all kinds of characters, and the Suicide Squad got one. So the plot for a lot of the Convergence stories are they took usually a pre-crisis world or some kind of world in the multiverse that was been published, and they pit it up against whatever the current modern version of whatever is happening now. But in this case, it was really different. They took the current Suicide Squad and they made them fight Kingdom Come universe. So very unique, so to speak. But yeah, here we have pre-Zero Hour Metropolis versus Grifter and his crew in San Diego versus the Kingdom Come universe versus Electropolis. So, and this story is called When Kingdoms Fall, which is very interesting. Yeah, Frank Thierry wrote this one, and Thomas Mandrake was the artist. I have this issue somewhere over here. It is signed, of course it is. But I wanted to go with something else for my book show. But yeah, so here we have our Green Lantern, Alan Scott from Kingdom Come universe, and he's he just witnessed this big killing, and Talos, who's similar to the Monitor of all the Earths. I won't get to him, but anyway, we cut here to Metropolis, current Metropolis, 48 hours earlier, and there's this big dinner event, and they're talking about business, these big business tycoons, and they're talking about how they're going to make their money. Yeah, those Convergence comics were cool. They were. I know I really enjoyed them, and they're very underrated. Some of them are just really cool reads for what they are. A lot of people didn't give them a lot of thought. So here we have this big business transaction that's about to happen. Stereotypical suitcase full of cash. And all of a sudden, when you look up, here we see Citizens of My World. Talos has arrived. And here we have the, I forget this guy's name already. But yeah, he comes in here and he's killing folks already. And let's cut to Amanda Waller, who looks completely different from the cover. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. And they have the Oracle is with her, and they're watching this whole scene unfold. And they're starting to realize that, in order for us to survive, we may have to fight. And here come the Kingdom Come universe in their cool glory. I like the Dr. Fate in the corner. I think he's my favorite. But yeah, they're getting, and it never talks about how they understand what's happening. They're just like, you got to remember they had to fit everything in 2 issues, so they got to cut some corners somewhere. And it's called New Oa. And here they are. They're invading New York City. Amanda Waller is like, "Hey, I got just the team. We're gonna fight these guys. Check this out." So. And here we go. Amanda Waller introducing the team. We have Bane, Black Manta. We have Deathstroke. And here's the rest of the crew. We have Poison Ivy, Captain Boomerang, Bronze Tiger, Deadshot, Count Vertigo. All on standby, ready to go. And in this instance, they're upset with Amanda Waller because she was supposed to cut them loose. But, of course, in typical bad guy fashion, she says, sorry, new mission now. You can't go anywhere. And they're also bringing in the Cyborg Superman. They've captured Cyborg Superman. They're going to use him in this cool battle that's about to happen. So, yeah, they're ready in the team. Oracle says, hey, Kingdom Come. Here we go. Which I thought was really funny. But she does have a interesting Legion ring. and guess who gets it? This Kingdom Come Lex Luthor. Just it's a real brief story, but I did want to highlight that Poison Ivy at one point was part of the Suicide Squad, and it's pretty cool. I do want to give you a little bit of taste of what it's going to be. So if you do see these convergence issues inside a dollar bin, definitely grab them. They're pretty cool to collect. There's a lot of them too. Yeah. I think Batman had like 5 different stories of 5 different Batman fighting. So it's pretty fun.
To answer Olivia's question, I haven't read this book, but I think one that would put Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze together that's not a movie adaptation is Batman Dark Victory issue 11. So I think that might be one where you can find Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze together. Tony, is there anything you want to say about Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not.
No. Okay.
Coming up in a few moments,
they exist.
I'll tell you how you can win
they are.
This. So that will be coming up in a few moments. Right now, we're going to do our book show, talk about our channels, and the things that are going on, and show off something out of our collection. And Signature King, how about you go first? Your channel.
Wait! I want to go back and what do people think of all these stories? I mean,
oh yeah, let's talk about the stories.
Let's talk about.
I'm like a noob. I'm like a noob. Like I've never done this show before this year.
Ryan,
and just when you get in the swing of things, it'll be Christmas 2026.
Right.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about these stories?
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on the armless Redwood wandering around with the Chia Pet hair.
Is this the only time we get Redwood?
It is. Yeah. Redwood did make an appearance on a Wonder Woman product, though. There was a Wonder Woman board game that came out in the late Bronze Age, and Redwood is on the board.
Oh God!
So,
honest to God, if I love a character, it means it only showed up once or maybe twice. Because
I love Redwood. I am so into Redwood, it isn't funny.
Well, and what better thing to happen to a bad boyfriend, right? I'm just going to turn you into an armless tree with bad hair. So
yeah,
and then
Steve Trevor / Steve Howard didn't know how lucky he got it.
Seriously.
Yeah. So how about Poison Ivy's origin? She's like. And I noticed that Catwoman was not one of the best villains or anything either. That was
Yeah, the thing that strikes me about that story is that, first of all, I like it because it's a great kid book. This is a comic book for 10-year-olds, and okay, so I can go with it. Being blind and chasing someone, then falling down an elevator shaft, I'm there for that every single time. But what strikes me as an adult now is like how desperately lonely poor Batman is. You know what I mean? He is absolutely, he's stuck with a stepfather character in Alfred and kind of a phony uncle with Commissioner Gordon and the most obnoxious 10-year-old child who is wearing a costume and fighting crime with him. So he needs some adult companionship. And I think it's interesting that they have paired it, like last time when we were with Man Cave Comics and we talked about Catwoman. She's the same kind of bad girl that and so Batman Bruce Wayne is definitely attracted to a type. So I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Tony, what are your thoughts about the stories that we looked at today?
Yeah, Redwood, I think, is a bizarre character.
Did Redwood steal this episode tonight?
He did.
Okay.
He's no Snowflame.
Yeah, he's no Snowflame, yeah. He's a little wooden.
God.
We should compile the weirdest characters we've ever reviewed and make a master list.
See, the thing is, as a kid, I often confused Redwood and thought that he became the Floronic Man. Just went on a diet. But no, they're two separate characters.
You should have Redwood, Floronic Man, and Swamp Thing get a Black Label series.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start a list for 2026 of weirdest characters that we talk about on Fanboys, and so Redwood, top of the list for this show, I think. But
so Redwood didn't have any arms. What happens if he also at the same time lost his legs? What would his name be? Log.
Kindle.
Log.
I was going to say Legrand Keller.
Driftwood.
But I like
Driftwood.
that.
Driftwood.
Driftwood, yeah. Yeah.
No. Oh, no. Nice.
Driftwood. Get him, Driftwood. He's just in. You better not come over here.
I mean it.
Yeah.
No, but these
just
were
a branch.
funny stories.
Nice. There you just a branch.
His name's Branch.
Yeah, it is his son's
Oh
thing.
my! Look what Bobby said.
Oh, waka.
But that look on Redwood's face, like in his eyes when he realized that what she did to him and it all came back. Forget what he did to her.
Right.
Like that wasn't bad enough. Then, oh man. That was...
Yeah, like Ivy was some kind of saint before.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite stories as a little Lasso, when I had that
I
World's
don't
Finest with
blame
those
you.
two issues.
That's
the one
great.
issue, the 251, is a little bit more expensive, not because of the Wonder Woman story, but because it's the first appearance of Count Vertigo in a Black Canary story.
Oh.
So it's not horribly priced,
Well,
but it's a little more expensive.
It should be so much more valuable
I think so too.
because of Redwood.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, Signature King. Oh wait, what is Alan saying? Wonder Woman had some weird villains. Yes, I mean, we even saw a cameo of Egg Foo tonight.
We did.
We did.
So yeah.
Yes.
So Signature King, your channel, your book show.
Channel wise, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. I'm just gonna keep surfing on this gigantic wave for as long as humanly possible. There's things I would love to do. I have 2 books currently in the mail to me that I can't wait to show you. One of them, Lasso shared with me, and I was able to contact the seller, and we made a deal for it. I didn't even know it existed until it was pointed out to me, so I jumped on it. As soon as he showed me that post, I was like, "Oh, is this available?" And I was checking my Instagram feed for like 12 hours. Like, come on, man. Like, get to me. Finally, he got to me. We worked out a deal. It's en route as we speak. I have another one. Same story. And here's the clue. Different language.
Oh, okay.
Coming to me. It'll be here Tuesday. I'm going to wait till they both get here. We'll do a big spiel on it. Maybe we'll do a whole collection on them because I do have several. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know.
Cool.
So look forward to that. But I'm just going to keep riding this giant wave of subscribers as long as I can. But as for a book show, I don't have a lot of Poison Ivy, but I do have this. It's the Warren Lowe variant for Poison Ivy #1, signed by G. Willow Wilson.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. It was my first time ever meeting G. Willow Wilson. And she was saying out of all of her covers for this particular run, that this one was her absolute favorite, and I can see why.
Yeah.
It is absolutely gorgeous cover. Yeah, it's some of the few Poison Ivy stories that I have.
Nice.
And it's encapsulated on the wall, so I never read it.
Asking about Count Vertigo, I believe he is a Green Arrow nemesis primarily, but Black Canary obviously is, a related field of Green Arrow. So, yeah. Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe, your channel, your book show.
My book show. So my channel, I posted this week a video of that I called Tiny Slabs because I've started to collect trading cards of Lois Lane. And so this is one that came in after I did the video, and I really love the way that looks. But my favorite, which again also came in after the video, and I love this.
I like that.
Isn't that just lovely? It's
Yeah.
just, yeah. So little fold to make funny pictures. I didn't do it. Even I'm not going to wreck this. So, but it's really fun to root around and find little trading cards that are available and add it into the collection because they don't take up a lot of space. And for my book show, I have started the process of, and I told Magic this, that it's time to let go of some of my Superman collection. I'm keeping the keys because I'm not dumb. But I've been going through the books and deciding which ones and, how should I sell it and all that kind of stuff. And hey, if you're interested in some non-key Silver and Bronze Age Superman, let me know. But I came across a book that's in the collection that fits with another book I have. So the other book I have that fits with it is the Lois Lane number 25.
Ooh.
And I don't know if you can see it, but
Date stamp.
It's date stamped.
Yeah.
And this is my birthday book. So this is on the stands.
Very cool.
In March of 1961, because in a couple months I'm hitting Medicare 65, baby. So it's a big birthday year for me. So I was like, which is why I love this book. So I'm going through my Superman collection, and I find that also in March of 1961, this was on the stands. And guess what? Where is it? Here it is.
Date stamp.
There's another date stamp.
That's awesome.
Oh, I wish you could see it. But basically that.
Yeah.
So I am now down a rabbit hole of finding my birthday books.
Yeah.
But with a date stamp, because I love those date stamps, and there's an added degree of difficulty. How many of these little historic treasures can I add into the collection? And I have to say, I really enjoy looking for these books and finding out what books were on the stands, because it really is a look at where we were culturally and American history and all that kind of stuff. So for 2026, I'm down a couple new rabbit holes for me, and I'm absolutely thrilled about it. So I will be sharing more of the birthday project as the year goes on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and even though I'm selling off a bunch of books, you never stop. It just never stops. So
one of the things that I'm going to do in 2026, and this is the first time I'm talking about it, I'm going to find out what all of your birthday books are, and I'm going to purchase them. Then I'm going to purchase a little date stamper, and then I'm going to put them on eBay at these huge prices.
Huge prices. I'll pay it.
Because you'll pay them.
I'll pay it. Doesn't matter. I'll do it.
And then that's how I'm funding my collection this
Excellent.
year.
Listen, it's, I'm a sucker. I'll do it.
Yes. I know the answer to this, but I'm sure, Sarah, you do too, if you want to answer it. If you don't, I do know the answer to it. So,
I don't know for sure that there must be. Okay.
There are. Yeah. And do you happen to remember this storyline where Lois Lane was turned back into a baby again by a villain?
Yeah, I know it exists. It's somewhere in the early run of her book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you need a birthday book with a date stamp that has a Marc Jewelers and a double cover on it.
In looking through, it's funny looking through your collection, not realizing what you have. Years ago, I was looking through the Superman collection. I was actually opening up a book, and I'm like, oh my God, what's this? What a misprint. There are two covers on this. I had no idea that double covers were a thing. I didn't rip off the bad cover. I kept it all intact. I was smart enough to do some research. It's like, oh, double covers, that's a big thing.
Nice.
So yeah. So
nice.
you just never know what you have in your collection. So
yeah, Alan's working on all the books that appeared in the backs of Who's Who. That's cool. You know, with Who's Who, when they did their entry on Poison Ivy, they said, because remember in my story I said that she was Lillian Rose. They said that that was an FBI error in their report, and that she's Pamela Isley. So I think Steve likes my idea about getting your birthday books and a date stamper. I want to say hello to James Warlord is here. Happy New Year to you, my friend. So we can talk about my channel. I'm going to do my book show portion first because I have a lot to talk about on my channel, including prizes that you can win.
And plus, you've been teasing for a long time about these books. Let's go.
I think I have fire.
Prove it.
I'm only going to show one thing for my book show, okay? But when you like Redwood, like I like Redwood, and it sounds like Redwood has 2 new fans tonight at least, you know?
Absolutely.
What would you say if I told you that I have Redwood original artwork?
Oh!
Remember this page that we looked at tonight?
Yeah. Yeah,
there
you're right.
Is.
You brought the fire.
Yeah.
There is the original pencils and inks from this world's finest issue with Redwood grabbing Wonder Woman and Poison Ivy looking on.
That's cool. You got to tell us the story how you got it.
How did you get that? Good
I got this. I mean, I've had this for a long time. I've had this for 25 plus years. Wow. And I bought it through a website back when original art, of course, the prices of stuff back then, money was different back then. You know, like $100 was a lot of money, where $100 now doesn't seem like that much money. And someone was offering this, and I saw it, and he had several pages, but I knew I had to have one that had Redwood on it, and obviously Wonder Woman. And I remember this story so much that I was like, I just have to have this. I would feel less than by not having this in the collection.
Oh yeah, you would have regretted it forever.
What's interesting is this is Rick Estrada artwork, but on the back, I don't know why they have Joe Staton's name on it.
Huh.
That is weird.
So the back is nothing fancy, you know. But yeah, I had to have this.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it's not that often that because I don't own that. I own a few published pages, but it's not that often that I get to, you know, show something that was from the book that we reviewed tonight. So that is my fire tonight.
Well, and weren't you prescient to know that Redwood would really appeal to the sensibilities of the fanboys?
Yes. So there you go. Steve saying he looks better in black and white. Okay. And I mean, not only is this Redwood, this is Redwood with arms.
Yes.
A rare Pokemon indeed.
Because it didn't stay like that for long. Okay, let's talk about my channel and talk about... we'll go through everything on my channel, then we'll talk about the prizes for my live stream coming up on Friday. So, on my channel, I have a current back issue of the week YouTube short. Oops, I'm hitting that. And that short is on, if I'm remembering correctly, it's a DC Comics character. I know last week, the week before, we did Dead Man, which I did for Old Wolf. But this week, our current back issue of the week short is Green Arrow. So that's cool. I'll have a comic book editions video back this upcoming Tuesday afternoon. It's an AOK from Just a Little Podcast. And also the beginning of my collectibles holiday haul from 2025. That's part 1 that I'll share. Tony and I were on the Six Layers channel this past Friday. That's archived in the collaborations playlist folder. I will be on the 1011, not talking comic books though, but talking autographs.
Oh, good for you.
And I'm going to do like celebrity autographs, like not comic book related, coming up this week. And then on Friday, I have my live stream. So the grand prize that you can win is this Wonder Woman Volume 2, issue 184, CGC 9.6. Last time I looked, this was selling on eBay for $150 to $200. To win this, you just need to go to a video that's on my channel right now and answer the 2 questions that I ask in the video. It's not a long video either. Answer those 2 questions. Do it by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time this Thursday, and you can be entered to win this when we do the drawing on Friday. Now, coming up on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, John's Comics with Friends and Silver-Haired Bronze Age Babe are going to be with me for my 1,000 subscriber contest. And there's going to be things to give away during that show. Included in there, let's see, I have a Wonder Woman. Do I have that book with me? I do. I have a Wonder Woman 1 in 50 variant for issue 1 that was hand-signed by Tom King at C2E2 2025. And I'll throw in 5 Bronze Age Wonder Woman surprise comic books to go with this to the winner of this.
Nice.
I also have a Dazzler prize package. So this is the error version of Dazzler #1, the first comic book that was ever direct sales only. There was never a newsstand version of this. You get issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, and then I'll do another surprise Dazzler related item to go in with this set for the grand prize winner. I love omnibuses, and I have a Savage She-Hulk omnibus to give away. Factory sealed there. Can be yours. I have Absolute Justice League factory sealed, and I'm going to throw in a Silver and a Bronze Age Justice League of America Volume 1 comic book to go with this. I loved this Absolute, and I just completed my Volume 1 of Justice League last year, so that's how I'm kind of celebrating that in my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We also have 2 packs that will be given away separately of Comic Clear boards, which was donated by Comic Clear. So thank you, Stephen, and the Comic Clear crew for donating this for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. John's Comics with Friends is going to have giveaways as well during the live stream. And Silver-Haired Bronze Age Babe has volunteered a book. Do you want to say what it is now, or do you want to wait?
Sure, why not? Absolutely.
Go for it. Go ahead and show it.
From the Shebab collection, I am happy to donate this beautiful Gerry Lewis meets Wonder Woman. Don't worry, Gerry, I'll help. So this is a book that Magic Lasso has said correctly, one never finds in the wild.
Yes.
If you are a Wonder Woman completist, you may be on the lookout for this. And here it is, and this copy is really nice. So
That's
hopefully
awesome.
someone will be excited to win this little oddity.
And that story was not even included in the mod era Diana Prince omnibus.
Yeah,
so
that's what
they did not include that. So your only way to get that, it's never been reprinted to my knowledge. Yeah. And the only way to get that is, by having a physical copy, which you can never find out in the wild. I'm trying to look up the answer to Alan's question too on who the artist was for that. It is, let's take a look.
Don't know.
Bob Oxner.
Oh, Oxner.
Yep.
Very one of my favorite Lois Lane artists.
Yeah, he is very good. So thank you, James. Looks like some people are enjoying some of the prizes I have to give away. So those will happen during my live stream. So just to recap, to be eligible for the grand prize, the Wonder Woman slab, answer my 2 questions on that video by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time this Thursday. And you don't have to even be present for it on Friday, but we'll do the drawing on Friday. The rest of the prizes we'll give away during the live stream. And the plan is to give something away pretty soon after we hit the go button right at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. So, Signature King, I sure hope that you can at least stop by in the chat and harass me for a little bit. So that would be great. Yeah. You're welcome to come on the show too if you want, but just being in the chat would be enough. So
I will be there. Try and stop me.
Yeah. Okay. Tony, question for you here. Did you see Warlord's IG post where he opened up a 12-cent Superman book and there was an autograph he thinks inside of it?
I'll have to double check. I don't recall, but I'm curious now. I'm gonna go look right now.
Okay, cool. So that brings us to the end of our first 2026 Fanboys Live and the Retro Review.
We did it. What do you know?
We did it!
Yay!
We remembered most of it. We thank you guys if you watched on the rewind all the way to this point. Especially appreciate that as well. It was a good picking. Art of Alan Shell. Alan will be with us. First-time guest on Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. He's picked out 3 different DC books that brings back some memories for him. So that's what we'll be sharing next week for our next show. And then Silverhair Bronze Age Babe will be back the week after. And Shabab, that will be your pick that week, by the way. So start thinking about what you want to do for us on then. So please join my live stream on Friday night because it wouldn't be the same without you. My friends, thank you so much for being part of our first show of 2026.
Great.
All right.
Thanks
for
everyone.
watching the Greatest
Thanks,
DC
everybody.
Comics on Greatest DC Comics Show on YouTube, Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. See you next week. Bye for meow.